Hello, everyone. Welcome to Marvel-ous Movie Mondays with Kelsey and Dill back in our normal studios instead of our joint one last week, which was fun. A fun little experiment. How you doing, Kels? Happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving week. It's coming up.
Oh, I'm just so excited. I'm got my work schedule. I'm not working on Thanksgiving, so I can just
Nice.
enjoy the day with my family. I'm
Would,
making a pumpkin pie from scratch on Tuesday.
I was going to
Um,
say, are people going to your restaurant on Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving is the busiest day of the year.
Do you
Yeah.
guys do like the whole like turkey stuffing mashed potatoes thing or
Yep.
what?
We do a
Okay.
whole Thanksgiving menu, a whole three course. And you can even take the food like to go. So you can either tell your family, hey, I cooked this all myself. I've been slaving away all day and hide all the to go containers under your
Okay.
sink.
Okay.
Or
So
you can
like
be like,
it's
you
like
know,
pseudo catering, like you can cater from you or okay. Because I was gonna
yeah,
say like I always picture like everyone at the table at home. I've never thought of
yeah.
going out to a restaurant, but I guess like it makes sense, especially if it's a smaller group. If it's just you and one other person or two other people, like maybe that makes sense. So
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I
um
prefer to just be at home with my family,
right.
having some home cooked food, but
All
that's
right,
just
but before we get into the two main topics today, because we have two, we got to talk about this news. We have the same news this week. It's a Spider-Man trailer. We're not going to
well,
dwell on it too much. Oh, you have other news?
I do have other
Okay.
news.
But anyway, before we dwell into that, before we get into the other news and then the Spider-Man trailer and
Okay.
the main topic of today, which is like taking these fun BuzzFeed quizzes, just as like our little holiday reset before Hawkeye comes out, I just want to ask you a few questions. All right.
Okay.
What is the number one Thanksgiving side dish? Because like number one Thanksgiving dish, I feel like a cop out is to say turkey. I don't agree. But like what is like the one thing that like you cannot have Thanksgiving without?
I mean, I gotta give it to stuffing, right?
I
It
agree. See, there's always a debate out there. I think mashed potatoes or stuffing, but I feel like you can have mashed potatoes any other holiday. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like mashed potatoes isn't unique; it's special to Thanksgiving. Whereas stuffing, if I'm eating stuffing in any other day except for Thursday, I'm a freak. You know what I mean? So like
No,
I don't
yeah.
think I've ever had stuffing not on Thanksgiving. So that is the correct answer. Um,
Thank you.
yeah.
Good. I'm
No,
glad I
is that like your favorite dish, or that's just kind of like your most iconic?
I mean, I love the whole meal. I
Okay.
always say this every time. I'm like, last meal, I want it to be a Thanksgiving feast. I
Mm-hmm.
love the turkey because I feel like the turkey is the catalyst for all your sides. See, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how you do Thanksgiving, Dill, but I got the turkey on the fork, then I go to each side on my plate, have a smorgasbord of it all.
Like a
It all goes.
kebab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm dipping in everything.
To me,
Everything is going in at once.
that's more of like the next day, the Thanksgiving sandwich is when I put a pile of
Mm,
it all together. Usually
okay.
I gravy everything up, except
Yeah.
for this like the sweet potatoes. I like those
Yeah.
separate. But like I gravy everything up and then I kind of go around the clock. Individual bites though, and I just kind of work my way.
Okay.
I don't do one dish, then one dish, and one dish. That's freaky. Anyone who
Yeah.
does that, like I'll eat all my stuffing first, then my mashed potatoes, then I'm like, no, no. You
No,
gotta
no,
still
no, no,
mix it
no.
around. But
You gotta yeah.
I don't blend though on the same fork. Like I
Mm.
like to still keep it a little bit segregated on the plate. But
No, I need the meat from the turkey, the salty, like the savory from the stuffing, and then get a little bit of my sweet
there
potatoes
you
in
go.
there with the sweet. Do you
Perfect.
do marshmallows on your sweet potatoes?
I personally rather I personally like more of like a pecan topping, like a little nuttier.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
I think that
Okay.
works well with like the sweetness of the because I think the potatoes are so sweet. I don't think you need
Yeah.
marshmallow, but my cousin
Yeah.
loves the marshmallow thing. So when we go to my aunt and uncle's, like she makes, the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows, and it's great. Like I still love it, but it's a little too sweet sometimes. Whereas like I like the pecan topping more. But like just like a little brown sugar pecan sweet potato, like
Mm.
that's because we do
Mm.
more of like like a casserole type thing rather than just like mashed sweet potatoes with marshmallows.
That
But
sounds good. I think you
yeah.
just gave me a new recipe, Dill.
Yeah, or you can combine them all, like put pecans and marshmallows. I just like that the bite and the texture of the pecans. I'm a big pecan guy, so that's that.
Clearly, do you have a pecan pie at your Thanksgiving, or what kind of
Oh,
pies are you doing?
well, it's interesting because we eat pecan pie all season long, but
Mhm.
I think for Thanksgiving, my family doesn't do a lot of pie. We're more of an apple
Really?
crisp. We're more like apple
Okay.
crisp and like we're usually just so full that like we don't need more than one dessert. So we eat my mom's apple crisp, and then if my sister bakes cupcakes, and we call it a day there. Like we,
Okay.
it's a la mode, so we got ice cream too. But it's like we can't do anything more than that because we are already so full. But if there's a pie, it's pecan. Yeah, 100%. No,
Wow.
no pumpkin pie. I don't do pumpkin pie. People know that.
No pumpkin pie.
I don't like pumpkin, so yeah, I'm not a pumpkin guy.
I
but
like
if
the classics.
if I eat pumpkin pie, it'll be on Thanksgiving. But
Yeah.
I don't eat it. I just don't like it. But
We
that's
got
Thanksgiving
the
talk.
at
Yeah,
the
that
Kilpatrick household. We have a pumpkin pie and an apple pie.
apple pie's good too. Yeah, yeah, we go apple crisp, but like apple pie's great too. We did a quad. We did like a quad pie last year. My mom tried to make it, and she succeeded. Not as beautifully as the cookbook, but it was a quarter apple, a quarter cherry, a quarter pumpkin, and a quarter pecan. And like it was literally like the same like crust, but then the fillings were placed, and then there was different topping. It was so cool. It literally looked like a clock, but the cherry bled into some of the other stuff. But it was yeah. Can't go wrong with Thanksgiving though. Best holiday. It really is. It really
Best holiday. My favorite.
Because it's literally just about food, and like food is the best. So it like Christmas, it's like it's great. You're giving gifts and like the food is great, but it's like I feel like there's so many things about Christmas though that can ruin Christmas. I guess there's things about every holiday that can ruin it for you, but like I don't know, because like there's always that element of Christmas of like wanting this gift and not getting it, or like someone in your family getting you something you already have, and that awkward play back and forth to that. Whereas Thanksgiving, it's just like you know what you're getting, you get it, you're satisfied.
Exactly.
That's how I think of it.
Exactly.
But anyway, we should talk about Marvel.
Maybe we should start talking about Marvel.
Yeah, sorry, I went on a tangent. I think it's important for people to know our Thanksgiving habits because 100%. It's all about connecting the audience. You know what? So. Kels, what is your news then that is not Spider-Man related?
Well, I just wrote down all the fun stuff we got on Disney Plus Day.
That's right. That also happened.
Yeah, we got a lot of Marvel announcements on November 12th. That was Disney Plus Day, where they gave us a bunch of breakdowns for the future of what the Marvel page is going to look like on Disney Plus. So we know all this was coming, but it was fun because we got a few sneak peeks for a few things that, I didn't really think that too much about. But now that I've seen a few scenes from it, or at least like a first look at what it's even about, I'm really excited. So we know that Miss Marvel's coming in the summer of 2022. We get a sneak peek at Moon Knight. And from what I can remember from the little teaser trailer we got, we could overhear the main character saying, "I can't tell the difference between my dreams and reality." So it just gave us a little taste of what he's got going on there. Yeah. We got a nice sneak peek at She-Hulk, which was super fun.
That was awesome.
We saw Mark Ruffalo in the teaser. We saw her say, "I'm just an ordinary lawyer. Just don't make me angry." So we can kind of see that she's going to be kind of needing a mentor in Professor Hulk to keep her powers under wraps, which is fun.
I like how when we got that one shot of her as She-Hulk, it was more of the Gamora thing of like the color's green, but like she's still kind of, I didn't want them to make her like this huge, massive thing like Hulk is, like this big, I like how it's more of the Professor Hulk thing of like kind of just merging almost like a human.
Like a hybrid.
Yeah. I like that better. I think that's also just going to be more entertaining to watch from an acting perspective too.
Totally. We got, we got a confirmation for What If Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special on the horizon for December 2022.
Mm-hmm.
We have confirmed, because we had talked about this, and I feel like it was more like rumors speculating among the internet, but since it has come from the horse's mouth itself, we have an Agatha House of Harkness show on the horizon as well, which was super fun to hear about. And then some things that I didn't even know about. Well, I knew about.
Yeah, there were some new ones. Yeah, like there's two you haven't mentioned. My favorite two announcements are yet to come, but please go ahead.
Well, I knew about Secret Invasion. That's not the one that I'm talking about, but that was one mentioned. But then we got
the cool Samuel L. Jackson shot with that too. The first look of Nick Fury. Yeah.
Armor Wars and Iron Heart.
Yeah, those were
Two
teased
things that
like
I hadn't heard about.
yeah. We haven't heard much about those at all, but it's like I think I heard about them like maybe a year ago when they teased like this whole Phase 4 slate. Like I think they mentioned it, but we haven't gotten anything at all about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know Armor Wars is like War Machine's show. We knew that much, and then Ironheart. I don't even know much about Ironheart at all. I think that's its own entity, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, super exciting stuff on the horizon
Yeah.
for Marvel.
And then three more things I'll add to that list because
Oh my
there
gosh, did
were
I miss some? Oh,
well,
jeez.
okay. One that
This is
we
what I get.
kind of thought was coming, but we didn't get confirmation until now was Marvel Zombies is coming, its own little series.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then one that is very exciting as well is this Spider-Man freshman year show, which is going to be
Yes.
it is going to be an animated show about Tom Holland's freshman year of high school. So before Homecoming, I guess probably before Civil War when he's like just bit by the spider, his origin story, except it's animated. And that's probably where we're going to get the story about Uncle Ben. And then my favorite announcement, this one is a little different because it's not MCU, but it is the revival of the X-Men animated series, which is very, very exciting because that was a very big staple of the 90s. Like that was like the superhero content of the 90s. It was that and then the Tim Burton Batman movies. It was like X-Men was the shit, like the cartoon. So I'm excited they're bringing that back in that style. And then we got the extended Hawkeye look, which looks really, really cool. With Haley Steinfeld and that long tracking shot. I was like, good for Marvel, because I've had complaints about like how cutty and choppy some of the action is. Like, just leave the camera there, and I like how they did that. So, very Quiet Place 2-esque, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It definitely made me more excited for Hawkeye for sure.
So, we got to talk about the Spider-Man trailer now.
All right,
because it happened.
Spider-Man trailer.
We got to talk about it, but before we get into it, I'm done speculating what the story. I don't want to speculate what the story is going to be right now because so many people are like, "Oh my god, this! And oh my god, that! And oh my god, this!" And so many people have been like talking about Marvel trailers for so long now, how they can cut it any which way to make it seem like something they're not. Are they laughing at Dr. Octavius's name, or are they laughing at someone else's name? We don't know, but the way the trailer presented it made it look like they were laughing at him. You know what I mean? Like it could be anything, and I just don't. I don't like how so many people are just trying to like unravel the clues of what this movie is. Just like give us a movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is frustrating, especially because they didn't plan on making a second trailer until the internet literally was like pissed off about it and was like, "We want a second trailer." They had no intentions of making one, and it's like now I feel like we're getting a little too much, and it's like I just want to see the movie. What were your thoughts, Kels, on this trailer before we get into like the actual content of the trailer itself? Like, did you like the trailer? Did it make you more excited, less excited?
I mean, it definitely made me more excited. I just like I can't stand the talk about Toby and Andrew anymore.
Yeah,
I just can't stand it. It's gonna be what it is. If they're in it, they're in it. If they're not, they're not. I'm just it upsets me because like the more I feel like we talk about this live action Spider-Verse, basically essentially is what fans are waiting for, looking for, hoping for, the more I'm like, we had such a great Spider-Verse movie. It's you're taking away from the charm and what that movie was and like that story. Like we already had that. Like why do we need it in this one? And
if Toby and Andrew aren't in it, then it's like the big reveals would have been Willem Dafoe, would have been Sandman, would have been Electro, Lizard. It's like, why are we seeing this now? Like, I think that means that there's more reveals to come, but if there's not, then you basically spoiled all your surprises. And it's like, I hope it's more than this trailer lets, because I'll admit, first reaction, I was like, yeah, I'm so excited to see these characters again. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, I just like don't really know if I'm as excited for this as I thought I was, you know? It's almost like lessened the hype for me because I feel like we're getting just too much. And I just feel like the discourse around the trailer and the constant just chatter about it is making me already kind of tired of it. Kind of like when people would sing Let It Go after Frozen came out, except it would be as if they let It Go like in a trailer and people were singing it for 2 months before the movie even came out. Like it's not even like after the movie's already come out. It's like the movie hasn't even come out and people have talked it to death. And it's just,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, and I really, and if they're not in it, I don't want to deal with like the catastrophic letdown.
And
And
there will
like,
be from people. Yeah.
I don't want to deal.
And it's not fair. It's not fair to Andrew too, who is literally in 2 Oscar movies this season. The Eyes of Tammy Faye, which he has a shot at supporting actor for. It's mostly going to be a Jessica Chastain or makeup picture in the Oscars or whatever, but it's still an Oscar film. And then Tick Tick Boom, which just came out on Netflix, and he has to make these circuits for these movies that he has a shot at being nominated in, but all anyone can ask him is about a movie that he might not even be in. It's like, this guy just wants to celebrate these 2 movies that he is in, that he's great in. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, seriously. I took a few notes. I didn't take anything about like the storyline or anything.
Right.
Just noted a few lines and shots and things. So
Mhm.
we got a deeper understanding about Doc Ock's character, if anything, from the second trailer, and how
Mhm.
people might be speculating that maybe he's not completely a villain. Maybe he's fighting on Peter's side because he wants to get back to his own universe. You know, he doesn't want to stay here or something or other. So we hear him acknowledge that Tom Holland is not the Peter Parker that he knows from his universe. He says, "You're not Peter Parker." And yeah, we basically got confirmed that many other villains were a part of this one. So we have shots of Jamie Foxx as Electro. We see Sandman. We see the Lizard. Green Goblin we already knew about, but it's like, you know, all these other things are being confirmed upon watching this trailer.
There was also one shot. Some people are saying it's a different Green Goblin because there's one where he doesn't have the mask and he kind of like glides in. I think that's just Willem Dafoe. Like I don't think people. I think people are overlooking it. I just assumed that was Willem Dafoe again. But
I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure. If honestly, like for a split second, it kind of looks like long-haired Bucky. Like, like obviously it's not, but that's who it looked like. Like zooming by really quick. Some
like
people think that it's Ned. Like I don't know.
I don't think it's because I don't know because it looks like it's all happening in the same time, and Ned is clearly somewhere else in this trailer, unless it's a Ned from another. Again, I don't want to speculate too much, but you know that part was like people were freaking out about that. I was like, no, they're like that's the other villain. I was like, I think that's just Green Goblin without a mask because you know masks are removable.
Right.
As so many people in our country this pandemic have displayed, they are removable.
Jeez,
people can't keep them on.
Let's not even go there. Yeah, maybe it is just Green Goblin. Maybe it's someone else. I'm like you. Honestly, I didn't think about it until you said it right now, Dale. Hopefully, there's more surprises in this movie because it does feel like at this point we've gotten everything.
Right.
But there is one shot that I do want to talk about, and it's this falling shot of MJ, who seems to be plummeting to her death. We see a Peter Parker go after her, grab her. It's probably going to be a very last minute save, but a lot of people are saying that this is similar to Gwen Stacy's big fall in Amazing Spider-Man 2. So,
which is a great moment.
Are we is that the surprise that we're waiting for? That MJ dies?
That great moment. No, if she died, they wouldn't put that in the trailer, but I think well, who knows? Maybe they would.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I don't know. Maybe they would. Or maybe it's like a Pepper Potts Iron Man 3 thing where she falls to her death and then a few minutes later she's alive and everyone's like, oh, okay, so that dramatic moment was,
through her veins.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 2 things. I think either this is just like, another reference to another Spider-Man movie for fan service, or this would be a cool way if you are going to bring Andrew in, maybe make Andrew the one who saves her because he couldn't save Gwen, I think that'd be an interesting character choice, but, he's not in this movie as of now. So, like, it's not worth speculating about. But yeah, I did get the parallels, and I do think that moment from Amazing Spider-Man 2 is what makes it a better movie than Amazing Spider-Man 1, because that moment is a terrific moment, I think. I think that movie is a jumbled mess, but I think that moment is so good. So if they can get anywhere near to the emotional resonance of that, I'll be happy. But we'll see. I mean, they're stealing basically the same shot, but we'll see.
I mean, honestly, if she dies, so be it.
Yeah, you're not a fan?
I mean, it's nothing against Zendaya or anything. I just think that they completely botched Peter and MJ's relationship in this version, and I don't like it at all.
So
and I feel like I've said this before. So I'm like, if she dies, I feel like that's a great character arc for Peter to go through.
Would you want her to? Would you want him to end up back with Liz, or do you want him to find someone completely different?
Oh no, Liz lives in Oregon now. He's not getting back to Liz.
Because I like Liz. I thought that was a good relationship. It was just her dad that sucked.
I thought she was fine. I don't know. Peter can find someone better.
Okay, well, maybe
unless MJ is way more interesting and way more helpful and not totally a fuddy-duddy throwaway character in this movie.
I've always liked her. I liked her in Far From Home a lot. Or what's the second one? Is that Far From Home?
Far From Home.
I can't keep track anymore. Yeah, but yeah, I liked her in that, but I know you're not the biggest fan, so we'll see.
No,
maybe one of our...
She was better in Far From Home.
Yeah. So
I think... Listen, it really has nothing to do with like, I don't want people to think that I'm coming for Zendaya. It has to do.
I don't think anyone is thinking that.
The arc. Okay, good, because I think
quite
a fan base. I am a fan of Zendaya.
I think she'll be okay. Yeah.
Well, not that I think it's gonna come back to her. I'm just saying.
No, I don't think anyone thinks you're gonna like go attack Zendaya over her performance in Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
I think it's just the way that the relationship was written is what I have an issue with.
And maybe, like I was saying in a future podcast, maybe we'll like speculate who the next great love interest for Peter could be in the MCU. Have we met them already, or are they going to be introduced at some point? We still haven't seen Squirrel Girl in the MCU. That's one of my favorite Marvel Comics characters. They're not in the MCU yet, so maybe Spider-Man will end up with Squirrel Girl.
Maybe Spider-Man will end up with Deadpool, like
that
one comic.
Except at this point, Ryan Reynolds might be a little too old for Tom Holland, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, well, Tom Holland, who knows? He's above the age of consent.
Jake Gyllenhaal's not too old for Tom Holland, so.
Oh boy, you just took it there. Happy Taylor Swift week, Swifties. Happy Jake Gyllenhaal sucks week.
I had to give a dig at him. Come on.
How does that feel as a Marvel fan, being like, oh, that's an MCU actor, and like, oh, that's Taylor Swift? Like, I know who you side with, but is it challenging knowing that
I'm on mom's side in the divorce for sure?
No, I figured, but like, is there any part of you that's like, oh, but poor Jake?
I mean, I'm definitely not saying poor Jake. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is fine. Right. I don't know. The relationship ended 10 years ago, so I feel no shame or guilt in any way in saying that, like, I think that he's a good actor and that he did a good job as Mysterio.
And he's playing a villain, so it makes it a little easier, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, I casted him as Spider-Man in our Avengers recast for the early 2000s, so I don't have that much of a vendetta against him, you know?
So, let's get to some, like, let's get deeper into the cores of me and Kelsey. We talked about our Thanksgiving talk. We talked about, just like our own opinions on Spider-Man, but like, what are some fun ways to explore just human behavior and personality is taking BuzzFeed quizzes. So we thought a fun little thing to do before this Thanksgiving holiday, or if you're watching this on Thanksgiving because you figured, hey, I want to get away from the family and just like go watch this podcast. Like,
I need to escape for an hour, put in my headphones.
Or if you're listening on Monday and Thanksgiving hasn't happened, but you're like stressed because you're like trying to find the perfect like corn casserole recipe and you can't decide and settle on a recipe yet, and you just need a moment to like watch two people take quizzes and laugh at each other, then like welcome. And we we're doing 6 BuzzFeed quizzes. Kelsey's picked them all out. I don't even know what they are yet, but the links are in the description below if you're watching on video. If you're not, if you're on audio, the links are still in the description, even though you can't see us taking them. But we'd love for you to take them alongside us, and in the comments tell us what you answered, and like, or not what you answered, but the result you got. Because I don't know what these quizzes are, but I'm assuming there's always going to be a result of some sort. Tell us what you got, and like let us know if you want to see more of this, because I think it's a fun idea. So, Kels, what is our first quiz we're taking?
All right, so I figured that instead of like just finding out which like Marvel superhero we are, I think it would be fun if we found out what half. So there's a quiz called Everyone is 50% a Marvel hero and 50% a Marvel villain. So I figure we could just kill 2 birds with 1 stone and find out which combination of villain and hero we are.
Cool.
Right in one go.
All right.
So that is the first one that I found.
Let me load it. All right. I got the quiz up now.
Mine's loading. Give me
All
a
right, great.
second.
So Kelsey, you'll read the question, and then we can like kind of briefly say what our answer is, and then keep going and share our results.
Wow. Okay, so the
I'm
first
gonna
question.
take
Are
I'm
you
gonna take a
ready?
guess before we begin. I'm gonna say I lean
Okay.
much more hero than villain, but
Well, you're gonna be okay.
my wit might make me lean more villain. Like I'm saying, like I don't like. I think I'm more of like I think I'm more of a 60-40 split hero. You know what I mean?
So you think you're 60% hero, 40% villain?
Yeah, maybe. Just because I have a lot of like wit and sarcasm, and I like to poke fun at my friends sometimes. But like
Sure.
at my core, I like to think I'm a good person. But I don't know.
I think honestly, I think I'm the opposite. I think I'm 60% villain, 40% hero.
All right, well, let's see if it checks out. What's the first question,
Well,
Kelsey?
I need you to understand something, Dill. It's not going to say like, "Oh, you're 60% hero, 40% villain." It's going to say like you are Carol Danvers, you're 50% Carol Danvers, 50%
Oh,
Loki.
okay. Well, in that case,
But
I think I'm like.
oh, should we predict which ones are going to be?
Well, I don't know what the results even are. Like
Yeah, me neither.
I'd like to say I'm maybe like 70% Bruce Banner, 30%
Okay.
Mysterio. Because I like,
Whoa.
because
You like the theatrics.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oof, that means I might have some Mysterio in me too.
And it's just
What?
two people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What hero am I most similar to? Um, I don't know. I'd like to think that I share some similarities with Natasha. She's way cooler than me though. She's way cooler. You
I
know
mean,
what?
she's dead, so she's literally cooler too.
Oh
That
my
was a
god,
bad joke.
Jill.
See that?
That was
60-40.
oh my god, really?
No, I was helping you out.
Sore
I
sore
was saying
subject.
you have one thing over her.
I think that I honestly probably share a lot of traits with Carol Danvers. She's probably the one that I'm
I agree.
most similar to. Thank you for
I can see
saying
that.
that.
No, I can see. Yeah,
Uh,
like it makes sense. You did a whole video on it, so that makes sense. It checks. Let's
yeah.
just get into it. Let's get into it because
Alrighty.
I'm excited.
Describe yourself. Here are our
Okay, and we can
options.
only pick one, right?
When we can only pick one.
Okay.
Performer, athletic, mischievous, adventurous, patient, visionary, intelligent, ambitious,
Mm.
refined, passionate.
I'm between performer and passionate, but like it's quite literally my job, so I'm going performer.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
I'm
on.
honestly between those two as well. And at the end of the day, at my core, I think I'm just a performer. So
All
I'm
right, so we're
I'm
the
gonna go
same
with
right
that
now.
one as well.
All right, I hope we're not just like answering the same on all of these, but
No, I'm sure we'll differ on a
yeah.
bunch. Pick a picture. Okay, so we have a picture of books. We have a
Okay.
picture of what looks like a protest. A camping
Oh God, I hate
site.
them.
We
Oh,
have a tent. We have some like ruins and like ancient ruins in Greece, like a Colosseum type looking building. Someone jumping on a trampoline. An airplane taking off in the sky. A family
mm,
posing together for a nice family portrait. Oh, we have a nice tech like decked out gaming setup. We have like a 3-screen console
yeah.
desk situation happening. Just a hawk, a picture of a hawk and a fast car.
You
Hmm.
answer first because I don't want it to be the same. Me answering every time first, but I have a clear favorite here.
Which one inspires me? I know which one inspires me.
Which one?
The picture of the protest.
Okay. Yeah, see, I thought of it more like where would I feel inspired if I was like in that scenario?
Okay.
I would feel inspired at protest, but I feel most inspired when I'm just like by myself and like thinking and like just staring out at like this what I'm looking at is this gorgeous little sunset on the plane. I know it's like
Mm.
a very tacky like white girl thing to post a picture of your airplane wing with like the skylight, but I love it. So I'm
Yeah.
picking that one. All
Awesome.
right.
I love it, Dill. All right,
Oh
pick
boy.
a job. Stage actor, party planner, robotic engineer, podcast host.
Can
Business
we just eliminate that because it's like quite the most literal, but like let's go with like a secondary
yeah,
job after that. Okay, cool.
sure. Business executive, judge, DJ, pilot, personal trainer, or architect. I mean,
the backup is stage actor.
stage actor.
I'm gonna go though, just because
Okay,
I
change it
really
up.
like one of these also that I feel like I could do. I think I could be a good party planner because like I know
Okay.
I think I have a good idea of like different age ranges of what they like and like a way to kind of merge them all. Like I love weddings and seeing like, oh, this should be different, or like, oh, this works. You know, like I'm very observant of that, and I'm very organized, and I like menu planning. I like thinking about food, so I'm gonna go party planner.
Interesting, Dale. I like that
Yeah.
twist for you.
All right, next one.
All right, choose a hobby. Martial arts,
Shang-Chi.
indoor rock climbing, traveling, volunteering. Stop.
Keep
I
going.
tripped over my words. I'm sorry. Volunteering, playing video games, photography, reading, swimming, hiking, or crafting. I know mine. Do you know yours?
What's yours?
Reading.
Yeah, no, I'm not a reader. I think personally, I don't love any of these hobbies except for one that I really like, so I'm just gonna go with it. Traveling. I love to travel. The others, I'm like
That's a good one.
nothing compels me. Oh, I love this next one.
Oh boy, pick a meal. We got beef.
Bourguignon. There you go.
Thank you, Dale.
It's a French dish. It's basically like a pot roast.
Okay.
Like a wine
Dim
sauce.
sum.
Oh,
Street tacos. Oh, so good. Quinoa salad. Lobster risotto. These are like very specific.
yeah.
Sushi. Steak frites. Pizza. Vegetarian stuffed peppers. Or pasta. I know mine.
No. This is so tough. As an Italian, I want to go with the pasta or the lobster risotto or the pizza, but like as a New Yorker, I want to go with the pizza or the dim sum. I don't know. I love sushi too, but like I've narrowed it down, I think, to pasta and dim sum. I think pasta is the most general. I'm gonna go pasta.
I'm going street tacos.
Okay, interesting.
I
I'm not a
love a good-
cilantro guy, and I think they put too much on, but I like that thing.
I like cilantro. Ooh, vacation time. Oof. Let's daydream together, Dill.
All right.
Disney World and a cruise.
Is it a Disney cruise or is it just any cruise? Because that's a deal breaker. Because it has to be a Disney cruise for me. I love a Disney cruise.
I mean, I think you'd have to do the Disney World and Disney cruise.
All right, cool.
Combination.
All right,
let's just say that. Okay, Galileo Observatory in Argentina. That's interesting. Volunteer with manatees in Brazil. I love manatees. Oh, they're the cows of the sea, and I love cows. Visit VR cafes in Seoul. That's super interesting. Skiing in Switzerland. Camping off-grid in Alaska and end up like Grizzly Man. No, thank you.
Yeah, that one's not
climb the Great Wall of China. Safari in Kenya.
dangerous.
Take cooking lessons in Tuscany. And skydiving in New Zealand. I mean, I really like dream vacation is for sure Australia or New Zealand, but skydiving, I don't know if I'm brave enough.
I'm thinking, I love just like a Disney trip. I love a cruise, and the cruise. The thing is, you get a bunch of other stuff too. Like you go to Mexico, or you go to the Bahamas, or you go to Alaska, but you don't have to camp off grid. You can camp with Mickey and Minnie and make sure you're home safe for a nice dinner at Animator's Palette that night. I'm inclined to go for that, but I'm going to go for one that I've never done. I've never taken cooking lessons in Italy, let alone Tuscany. I'm going with that.
I'm gonna be brave, and I'm gonna say skydiving in New Zealand.
Wow, it's all about the destination. You just have to get out of the plane and fall to your ground first. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Pick weekend plans. Going to a sporting event, karaoke, board game night, escape room, tinker on your car, kayaking, social networking event, a spa day, impromptu road trip, or plant a community garden.
I have a favorite here for sure. I love just waking up on a Saturday morning and being like, yo, you want to go take a drive out to this place and like go explore? I love that. So I'm going impromptu road trip. I love that.
I'm in between board game night and escape room because those are both very fun activities to me. I'm going to say escape room just because you and your friends are all in it together, where like board games, it's like you're all against each other.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say...
Never forget Halloween 2016 where we were. You remember? An escape room.
Oh, yeah, we were. Yeah, we were. And that was a great time.
Yeah.
We escaped with like a guy dressed up as a Joker and like...
Yeah, it was Halloween, so it was like terrifying.
Yeah.
We were in this dark room with the Joker, and he's like, "This is the code," and I'm like, "Okay, let's go."
Thank you. Alrighty, pick an animal.
Ooh.
We got a dolphin. We got a monkey. We got a wolf. We got a beaver, a bear, a cat, an owl, a squirrel, lion, and foxes. Oh my.
I'm gonna go with one that I would both enjoy, like being around, where I wouldn't have to risk my life, but one that like is exotic enough that like it's not just like, oh, like I see these all the time. So I'm gonna go dolphin.
All right, I think I would want to go with. I'm going squirrel.
Okay,
we got cool. Squirrel girl. She's just on my mind. I'm going squirrel. Okay, pick a TV character. Oh gosh, we got a lot of options here. J.R. Ewing from Dallas, Joey Tribbiani from Friends, Lois Lane from Superman and Lois, Bart Simpson from The Simpsons. I don't know how to say this name, Dill.
Cersei. We talked about it on our Eternals review. Cersei.
Cersei.
Remember?
Yes.
The two guys from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Wow, that spelling, I would have never assumed that Cersei was the way you pronounce that. We have Annalise Keating from How to Get Away with Murder, Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl, Michonne. Oh my gosh, I accidentally picked one. Oh, now it took me back to the beginning. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Dill. Finish reading the options while I get back.
Yeah. The last two options are Satan himself, Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, and Fred Waterford from The Handmaid's Tale. Sorry, I don't hate Sheldon. I hate the little Sheldon. He's a pain in the ass. So I only watch a few of these shows. So I'm gonna narrow it down to the shows I watch, which is Walking Dead, Friends, Game of Thrones, Simpsons. I'm not gonna do Bart Simpson. It's like a safe answer, I think, and I don't want to go with Cersei because they're gonna give me like the evilest villain if I do. So I'm between Michonne and Joey. I gotta go with Joey from Friends. It's like the pick I enjoy the most of the group.
I'm going Joey too.
Yeah, I'm basic.
He's a lovable guy. He's a likable character.
Yeah. Is this the last
one? And finally, we get to pick a home. A cabin in the Canadian Rockies, a historic row house in Boston, a colorful Victorian in San Francisco, a beach house in Australia, a manor house in Sussex, England, a ranch in rural Texas, a city penthouse in Hong Kong, a boathouse in Amsterdam, modern house in Miami, or a brownstone in New York City. I know my pick immediately.
I know yours is Australia, so pick it.
Okay.
I am leaning toward that same idea, except I'm going to go with the modern house in Miami because I feel like it's still by the beach, but it's a little bit more grounded in what I know, so like I wouldn't feel out of place there. All right. So we're
going to get our results.
Oh, so we are 50-50, and they give us, okay, we're 50% this one, 50% this. So Kelsey,
right.
what are your results?
I am 50% Carol Danvers and 50% Loki.
Wow, okay.
I'm very excited about. It says, like Carol, you're fearless and out for adventure. You're never afraid to try something new, and you'll always push the limits. Like Loki, you're intelligent, but you have a very mischievous side to you. You can come up with the ultimate pranks. However, you do have a good heart.
So mine are two people that if you would ask me to list 50 names, they'd be number 51 just because they wouldn't come to mind. I got 50% Nakia and 50% Yanrog. So like Nakia, I have a bigger view of the world. I want to get outside of my borders and help people, true. I hope to bring experience and change to new places. Like Yanrog, I prefer to observe and learn about new cultures and places. I don't like to leave my mark on the places I visit. I simply wish to study and gather knowledge. I think that's pretty on point. There you
Wow.
go.
That's a
John
really
Rock and Nikita.
interesting combination.
Yeah. All right. So, Kels, what's the next quiz we're taking?
All right, our next quiz is called Answer These Marvelous Questions, and we'll tell you which Loki variant you are.
Ooh, I like this one. I'm going to find out which Loki variant I am. I'm going to take a guess right now. I've got to be the alligator. I'm hoping I'm the alligator.
I'm hoping for President Loki.
Okay. I don't know what the options are, so it'll be exciting to find out.
All right. Ready? Are you on question number 1?
I'm ready.
Pick an Infinity Stone.
Ooh. To steal. I think the biggest thing always is like wishing to travel time. Like I feel like that's just one thing that a lot of people want to do. So I'm going to pick the time stone.
I'm picking Reality Stone.
All right. What does that do again?
Alters reality.
Oh, it like turns the guns into bubbles. I like that one.
Yes.
I
like that one too.
All
right. Pick a Marvel villain you'd want to team up with. We got Ego, Hela, Mysterio, Surtur, or I don't do teams.
I do teams. I don't know if I like any of these, but I guess because the least threatening to my life would probably be Mysterio, so I'll go Mysterio.
He's kind of so annoying. I'm going
because
Hela.
He's Taylor Swift.
No, not because he's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
Okay, now pick an Asgardian to befriend. Frigga, Valkyrie, Heimdall, Volstagg, or Lady Sif.
Valkyrie. Next.
Yeah, I really want to be friends with Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Pick the Avenger you like the least. Ooh. Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, Captain America, or Iron Man. Oh, I have to pick the one I like the least. I know my answer. It's the same answer as yours. I mean, it's not
It's not. It's not Hulk.
Answer.
Yeah, because mine is not Hulk. I know yours.
Opposite.
Is. I hate this because Hawkeye's not an option, and I don't want to come. I don't want to seem like a sexist. I really don't. But I love Thor's arc. I love Hulk. I love Iron Man, Cap. I have to go Black Widow. She's not my least favorite Avenger. It's just she's the least favorite of the 5. They gave 5 really good options. I know it's going to come across a certain way, but
take your misogyny and on your way out, Dill.
In my opinion, I am being feminist by treating them all the same and not giving her a special out because she's just a woman. And I'm treating her like all the other boys. And I would say I'd like the other 4 better. I almost went with Cap, but I'm going to go with Black Widow.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. Pick an iconic Loki dialogue. The sun will shine on us again. I've been falling for 30 minutes. We're not doing get help. I have never met this man in my life. Your savior is here.
I like the first one. It's hopeful. I'm going to go with that.
I think I'm going to go with I've never met this man in my life just because I can picture that scene happening and it's very, very funny.
Cool.
And finally, where are you going on vacation? We get to pick a new vacation. All right. So our options are New York City,
not an option for me.
Okay. Ego's Planet, New Asgard, or Wakanda.
Wakanda. For me, it's got to be Wakanda.
I think I'm going New Asgard.
Okay. Hell yeah. I'm alligator Loki, baby. Yeah.
Oh my God, really? What does this say?
Yes, I am. You love water and love to talk, but people don't seem to understand you for some reason. But hey, you totally rock.
That's funny. I'm Kid Loki.
Okay.
I am impulsive but very brave. People often underestimate you until they realize you're poweress. Yeah, I do agree with that. I do feel underestimated sometimes. I'll take that. All right, our next one is very fun. It's date or dump these Marvel men, and we'll reveal your true type.
Okay. This is a little harder for me, but we'll make it work.
Hey, I think, Jill, listen.
Okay, I'm going to approach it this way. If I had to pick someone for, like, one of my sisters, like you or Nina, or even, like, pick for my daughter in the future, like, what would I most want someone I'm close with to be with? Is that okay?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, cool.
However helps you with this one. All right, our first up, we got Steve Rogers. So do we dump him immediately, date casually, or marry probably.
I would
I'm
love.
marrying Steve
Yeah,
Rogers.
I would say I think I'd really like for my daughter to marry Steve Rogers. I feel like he's
Yeah,
reliable.
he's a good guy. He'd take care of me. We have King T'Challa. Oh, I'm marrying him as well.
I would say the same. Yeah.
I'm for sure gonna marry him. Who am I? I'm gonna turn down a king. Come on now. All right, we got Thor. Dump immediately, date casually, or marry probably.
I would
I
not.
mean,
I would not
he's
want my
not.
daughter with him. I'm dumping him. I'm sorry. I like him, but like
I'm
he's
not dumping
too
him.
crazy.
We're dating casually. I know it's gonna be nothing serious with Thor. You know.
All right.
All right, Peter Quill.
Dump immediately.
Dump immediately.
He's got good music taste, so I know she'd enjoy a car ride with him, like just driving around listening to some tunes. I'm gonna say date casually.
Wow. Okay.
Peter Quill. Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Because I don't have to date him. I hate his guts, but
I'm not
send him off
dating
to you.
Dump
Okay.
immediately. Sam Wilson. Ooh, this is a good one. I'd marry Sam Wilson.
I would lean more toward that as a good option. I mean,
Sure.
a lot of these write themselves.
Next up, we got Tony Stark. I mean,
I'll tell you where I'm gonna put it. I'm not gonna put it in the dump immediately, but I'm gonna put it like halfway because I think you date him a little bit for his money, you get some nice gifts, you go on some nice meals, and then you dump him.
I don't know. He's too much of a narcissist for me. And like, I need the person I'm with to like be obsessed with me, not themselves. So
Right.
I'm dumping Iron Man immediately.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Bruce
He's
got anger issues.
Dump
He's
immediately.
a good guy. I'm going to
You
keep
don't
it a
need
date
him
casual.
hulking out on you in the bedroom. You don't need that.
You don't. Some people like that. Just saying. All right,
Listen.
Jimmy Woo. Let's go to Jimmy Woo, who is an immediate all the way on the right of the scale. He is definitely married, probably. I'd say.
I would say date casually, but I just know Jimmy Woo would be way more into it than I would be. So I think I'd have to dump him immediately just to protect his own heart. I'm looking out for him, you know? I don't want to waste his time. Yeah. Eric Killmonger. Oh.
No,
see,
I would never let anyone around him. You see how many people he's killed, how many brands he has all over him?
Yeah, but he protects me. I have to marry him.
But as the father of the bride, you know, if she's like, oh, daddy's pissing me off, I don't want him to go kill the father-in-law because I let my daughter be with this guy. I'd rather just end it now and then just get killed right off the bat for ending their relationship.
Killmonger for sure.
Bucky
Barnes. I'm without a doubt in my mind, Mary. Absolutely. Locking that down.
In my mind, if we're back in the 40s, sure. Well, I guess the same works with Cap. Like, I will lean that way.
If we're back in the 40s, there's a good chance he's going to go die in the war.
Well, no, I'm leaning that way, but the thing is, if I'm thinking present day, that's like a 100-year-old man in like a 40-year-old's body or whatever. Like, that's weird to me.
No, I can see past that immediately. Right. Have you seen those eyes? Moving on, Stephen Strange. Same thing with the narcissism problem here.
Yeah, nope. Same with Clint. Down, boom. He's married. I would not want a married man around my daughter.
Yep, that's fair. Oh, Loki. That's another one where I feel like he'd be just a little bit of a softie for me.
See, I think the opposite. I think he's untrustworthy.
I'll go halfway in between marry and date casually.
I'm the opposite. I'm halfway between casual and immediate. All right.
Oh, Scott Lang.
I would 100% say yes to Scott dating my daughter.
I'll date Scott Lang casually. That's fine. And finally, Vision. I don't know, dude. You're a robot.
Date casually because it's like you get a few good conversations, but at the end of the day, it's like I don't want to spend the life, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we're done. Let's see.
I'm done. Yeah. Oh, God. So my result was my true type, according to BuzzFeed, is the bad guy with a good heart. I'm a sucker for a guy with a bit of an edge to him. And hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, am I right? Sure, he may come across as a little prickly to the outside world, but he's never less than an absolute prince to you. In short, your type is a villain in the streets, but a hero in the sheets. If you will, and if you won't, that's okay too.
All right. Here's what I picked for my sister/daughter.
All right, perfect.
She's going to be with the smart, sensitive, but still strong nerd. Steve Rogers before the bulk. Your ideal type is a smartass who's a little more than a smart, who's a little bit more smart than ass, if you catch my drift. Someone who wears their logic heart on their sleeve, someone who wears their heart on their sleeve but uses logic to solve their problems rather than pure emotion. The kind of person who appreciates your mind and will hold an intelligent, invigorating conversation while never once sacrificing romance. There you go.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, this was a hard quiz, because I was approaching it from a whole different angle than you were. You were the daughter in that scenario. So.
All right, this next one is a would you rather deal, and it deals less with the characters and more with the actors that play the characters.
Oh, okay.
So it's time to play would you rather with the cast of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we're gonna get 2 actors and a scenario, and we have to choose which one we'd rather do. Okay. All right. So first up, we have: would you rather go snowboarding with Tom Hiddleston or go surfing with Chris Hemsworth? Now, both of these activities, I don't see myself being very good at either of them right off the bat.
Okay.
And I feel like Chris Hemsworth is really a really good surfer, so I'd be very embarrassed to actually attempt surfing with him. Whereas I feel like snowboarding, me and Tom Hiddleston would kind of be on the same athletic ability, maybe. So, but I prefer the ocean over snow.
I'll tell you
I think I'm going to go.
Thinking.
All right.
If I go down snowboarding, if there's an avalanche, Tom Hiddleston's not going to do shit to help me. He's just not. No, you can't help someone out of an avalanche. You're both in the avalanche. But if I start drowning because I fall off my surfboard, Chris Hemsworth is going to be fine. Pick me right up.
So your brain immediately went to worst case scenario, basically. You're like, if I have to die that day, who is going to save me?
Yeah, I think it's easier for Chris Hemsworth to pull me out of the water than Tom Hiddleston to save me from an avalanche. So I'm going with surfing with Chris Hemsworth, and the population agrees.
I'm going snowboarding with Tom Hiddleston. And I guess I'm in the minority, and that's fine.
So All
right. Would you rather get a facial with Elizabeth Olsen, something I've always wanted to do, or get mani-pedis with Catherine Hahn?
All right, so here's how me as this annoying straight white man thinks. If I'm getting a facial with Elizabeth Olsen, I can't look at her because I've got cucumbers on my eyes.
Okay.
And I'd want to gaze at her beautiful face the whole time. Getting mani-pedis with Catherine Hahn, I could still see her. I could still have a conversation. I could still interact. The problem is, I'd rather just be in a room with Elizabeth Olsen, period. So it's tough. But I think because I would not be able to really interact because my face would have to be like this the whole time.
Sure.
I'm going to go Catherine Hahn.
See, I'm thinking about what kind of conversations do I want to have that day. I feel like Elizabeth, Liz and I, we would get deep into it. We would almost have a therapy session.
Can you have conversations while getting a facial though? Isn't your face being massaged?
I mean, you're not getting plastered. I'm sure you can still.
What is a facial?
You just get massaged and someone rubs creams and serums into you.
Yeah, someone's supposed to have a conversation while someone's doing this to my face.
Hey, maybe. I'm sure there's time in between. You have to sit with the cream on, so maybe
now I'd like to change my answer.
Well, listen, or do I want to spend an entire day laughing? Because I know Catherine Hahn and I would be having a ridiculous conversation. But I don't know. I kind of want to get life advice from Lizzie Olsen. I'll be honest.
All right.
I think I'm going to get the facial.
Okay. Oh, you were in the majority.
The majority agrees with me.
All right.
Would you rather go to the fair with Zoe Saldana or go to the beach with Michael B. Jordan? Go to the beach with Michael B. Jordan.
I'm the total opposite. I'd rather win Zoe Saldana, the most beautiful giant teddy bear she's ever gotten, hold her hand on a Ferris wheel, and then share a candy apple at midnight. I'm going to the fair with Zoe Saldana.
I'm going to the beach with Michael B. Jordan.
And everyone agrees with you.
I won't be able to compute any sentences at all, but I'll just be able to sit there in my favorite location with a very pretty man. So that's fine with me. Would you rather go skydiving with Paul Rudd or go ice skating with Don Cheadle?
I don't do either of these things. I'm better at ice skating than I am skydiving just because I've never been skydiving.
Yeah, for sure. Same.
And I've been ice skating and I'm very bad at it, but I've done it. So
I
I
like
would do
ice
something.
skating a lot.
I would do something I've never done before. I would go skydiving because the person doesn't matter. It's gonna be fun either way. I think I'm going skydiving with Paul Rudd.
I'm gonna go skydiving with Paul Rudd too.
Yeah, we're in the majority there.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
All right.
Okay, would you rather go over lines with Robert Downey Jr. or go to a karaoke bar with Chris Evans? If I'm running lines with Robert Downey Jr., does that mean I'm cast in a movie with Robert Downey Jr. or am I just like the nerdy PA that's like, would you want to run lines, Mr. Downey?
I was expecting the first one, but like not you're in a movie with him, but like you're in a movie and you're like, hey, can you run lines for this? I'm doing a class or something.
What did you say?
Either
You
way,
cut out a little bit.
I was thinking like you're in a show and you need to rehearse your lines, so you go to your buddy Robert to help you run lines.
Oh, okay. So like I'm the star and Robert Downey Jr. is just like the hired help in this scenario.
Well, like your buddy helping you out with lines. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. I hate karaoke, but if I
I do
just get to,
too.
if I get to just spend a day with Chris Evans, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to a karaoke bar with Chris Evans. I feel like he would have a blast. We'd get drunk together. He'd go up a few times. He'd probably force me up to do a duet. We'd sing A Whole New World together. It'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I would do the same. Yep.
Yeah, and everyone else agrees with us. All right, and last but not least. Oh, wait, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. There was a huge
There
ad
are
at the bottom
10
of my
of
screen.
them.
So I thought that this was the last one. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather go to dinner with Samuel L. Jackson or go
Yes.
shopping with Tessa Thompson?
I hate shopping. I've never liked shopping, especially. I mean, I'm just not a shopping guy. I'm like, if I need it, I'll go get it. I'm not like, let's just go and see what there is. I'm not that type of guy. I'm eating dinner with Samuel L. Jackson 11 days out of 7.
Yeah, I think I'm going for that dinner and conversation with Samuel L. Jackson as well. Ooh, and this one's a 50-50 split. People can't seem to decide what they'd rather do. All right, would you rather be Mark Ruffalo's date to a movie premiere or be Scarlett Johansson's date to an award show? I mean, award shows stress me out. They make me nervous. I don't like that there's winners and losers. A movie premiere, I just go to relax and do my favorite thing, which is go to the movies and watch the movie.
I feel like Mark Ruffalo is a more fun guest to like hang out with. Because I feel like Scarlett's like all business, but like Mark's just like a dude, you know, like a bro.
Okay, sure.
But like to be the guy that brought Scarlett Johansson down the red carpet, like it's such an honor. It would be such an honor to do that. And to sit in an award show, there's going to be other celebrities. Whereas Mark Ruffalo, you can't really talk to him during the movie premiere, and he's probably going to be doing other like, interviews and press stuff. Whereas Scarlett, like, maybe she's just there at the award show. Maybe she's not nominated, so she doesn't have to do the awards and all the interviews and stuff. I'm going to go Scarlett, award show.
I'm going to the movie premiere with Mark Ruffalo.
They sided with me?
Yeah, I saw that one coming. Okay, would you rather go dancing with Anthony Mackie or go to a comedy show with Sebastian Stan? I'm always in the mood for a good laugh. So I think I'm gonna go to the comedy show.
I would rather be at a comedy show though with Anthony Mackie. Like I'd rather because I think he'd laugh. Like I feel like Sebastian Stan is more of like the like kind of cool, laid back, relaxed, like drink a whiskey kind of guy. Whereas Anthony Mackie is like a slam on the table, like that was hilarious. Like I feel like almost like Anthony Mackie fits the vibe of a comedy show more. But
sure,
I don't like dancing as is, like in a party setting. Like unless it's a wedding and like it's all people I'm very close with, I really don't like dancing too much. So I'm gonna go with comedy show as well.
Oh, and most people agree with us there. Yeah. Alrighty, we got 2 more. Would you rather go on a hike with Benedict Cumberbatch or go on a Ferris wheel with Brie Larson? I know your answer.
This is the most no-brainer I've ever had. I like hiking, but do I with Benedict? Great guy. He's hilarious. In person, he's a really good guy, but I'm going Brie 100%. Brie Larson, Ferris wheel, 9,000 times out of 10. Always.
I think I want to go on a hike with Benedict Cumberbatch just because I want him to give me like life advice And
There you
just
go.
to hear him talk, he's a very soothing voice. Oh, most people will agree with me. Look at that.
It's the Brie
Ugh.
hate. I don't get it.
And finally, we have to decide between Hollywood's new hottest young couple. Would you rather
Oh,
go on a pic?
Kim Kardashian and
Pete
Pete Davidson.
Davidson?
What?
I can. Is that real? Are they actually
Yeah,
dating?
I like to believe it.
Fine. Do what you want.
He's
When
quick to
you're
respond to
famous and
texts.
rich.
Women love that, you know.
Yeah, I guess so, because he's got no one else texting him. That was a weird dig at Pete Davidson. I'm sorry. I love Pete Davidson. I don't know.
Who are
I'm
you?
being
Yeah.
snarky tonight. I don't know.
Yeah.
And finally, would you rather go on a picnic with Tom Holland or go to a music festival with Zendaya? The music festival. There's people on drugs everywhere.
You're gonna go to the music festival? I'm doing the
No,
picnic.
no.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying this is all the reasons why I will probably not be picking the music festival, because you have to deal with people tripping on all kinds of things. You're standing around, you're dehydrated. All the music are people I don't listen to. I'm going to go on the picnic with Tom Holland.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, it's a picnic. It's
I
great.
think
It's fun.
Zendaya would be a blast to hang out with at a
Yeah.
music festival.
But I wouldn't want to hang out with her
But
at a
she's
music
so
festival. It's like the
cool.
music's too loud. Like, I'd like to hang out with her
Yeah.
at a picnic, you know?
Yeah. I can't be seen with Zendaya at a music festival. I would look like Grumpy the troll from Snow White and the Seven
He's a
Dwarfs.
dwarf, not a troll, but okay, yes.
Oh, you're right. I literally said Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in the title and so called him a troll.
I'm going to go grab a charger. Introduce the next quiz, please.
Wait, I have to grab a charger. Okay, fine. I will introduce the next quiz. And my need for a charger will be overlooked in this moment. All right, our next quiz. This is something I've always wanted to know. I feel like I know the answer, but I want BuzzFeed to confirm it for me. Let's find out if you're worthy enough to hold Thor's hammer. Can I grab my charger now, Dill, while you read the first question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna riff a little bit, even though my Wi-Fi's in and out. I might zip the doodah. Okay. Let's find out if we're worthy enough. I don't think I'm worthy. I think I'm someone who's gonna admire whoever is worthy. I just don't feel like I'm worthy. I feel like, you know, I've done a great job to living the life I have, but I just don't think I'm a Mjolnir guy. You know, I feel like I could rock the axe, the Groot axe, the whatever it's called, the sledgehammer, sledge sword. What is it called?
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
Can anybody hold Stormbreaker?
I don't know.
Does that come
I think
with
I could.
a spell too?
I don't know, but I don't know if I'm worthy enough from Mjolnir. We'll see.
On just a physical level, I don't know if I could physically lift Stormbreaker, but let's find out. Okay, if given the chance to be a king for a day, how would you rule your kingdom? Dictator, switch to democracy, or be a fair and just ruler?
Fair and just. It seems like the most fair and just answer.
Yeah, I think that I would trust a kingdom in my hands. You'd have to get cool about a bunch of stuff, but I think I'd be just and fair.
Cool.
Would you lay down your life for your country? This country? The country I live in? America? I'll pass.
I would do everything I could, but I would not risk like my actual life and die. I would say, nah, I'll pass. I would do a lot for my country. Like I would do whatever it took. I just would not die. I would not die for my country. Like just because it's like life, it's precious. I don't know.
America doesn't need any more blood on its hands. Nah,
Okay.
I'll pass.
All right.
If you were to have a pet of any kind, what would it be?
Dog.
A dog, a cat, a raccoon, a snake. Dog.
This is like the easiest quiz ever. I hope we're all worthy. Okay.
If you just found out someone you love is in trouble, what do? Call the police. Rush in to save the day. Call for help before you help them yourself. Get yourself to safety. If I
would call for help because I think whoever I'd call for help, it could still also be the police.
I'm going to call for help in the process of me also going to help them.
Is the call for help, though, help me or, like, help them? Because it's like call for help before you help them yourself. I feel like that's the same thing as Call the Police.
I envision that as like, well, I think Call the Police is just like, hey, go to this address, and then you just go about your day. But calling for help is like, meet me at the location. I'm on my way there too.
Yeah, I would do that.
So I'm going with that one. What is my
we have the
favorite
same
color?
answers. Okay.
We do?
So far.
So basically we're in this together. We're either not worthy or we are.
Yeah, I mean, neither of us would die for our country. Neither of us are dictators. I mean, it all kind of checks out. I feel like everyone else is kind of on the same page as us right now, but we'll see. Let's see.
What is your favorite color? Red, blue, yellow, or green?
Blue.
Out of these ones, green.
Blue.
Okay.
All right.
When you see a fight ensuing, what do? Start another one to distract them? Join in on the fight? Try and break it up? Watch what happens from afar? I mean, realistically, I'm watching what happens. I'm
trying to break it up. I'm trying to think of a scenario a little while ago where I was in a scenario where someone I was with in a group was like brawling with someone else, and I stood by them, and I wouldn't just watch from a distance. I would make sure to be in there, try to break it up, but also stay by their side. So I would go try and break it up.
If it's my friends, yeah, I'll try to get in there and.
No. It was like my friend and someone else. So I would try to break it up.
I'm saying like if one person in the fight was like fighting with someone else, yeah, I would try to get in there, probably join in on the fight just to,
Oh, so you're like if it was two strangers though, you would just watch.
If it's two strangers, no, I'm watching. I'm getting popcorn. I'm ready. Do people you love keep getting killed by supernatural forces? Yes. How did you know? Or no? I mean, thankfully, no.
I'm worried this is going to be like the deal breaker. Like if you say no, you're automatically like not worthy. But I'm saying no.
I'm saying no too. Ugh! I'm not worthy. Are you worthy?
I'm worthy.
You're worthy? It's because you joined in and stopped the fight.
I try to break it up, yeah. And blue. It must be the color. Those are the only two things we disagreed on.
And I chose green. Do they associate green with Loki? Oh, jeez.
Maybe. One more quiz left.
It says you're not worthy. Try using a shield or something. It's funny. All right.
We got one more.
This one I saw and I just thought it was so funny. I was like, this is hilarious. So this is a game of Hot or Not, and it's Marvel Dad's edition.
Sure.
Still, I feel like you can partake in this. You know what's up.
I know enough of what's up. Here's the thing. I'm straight, but like I can look at a guy and be like, I would love to look like that. Like I can admit when a guy 100%. Is exactly. So 100%. Yeah, let's do it. Let's start off with a banger right off the bat.
How do you feel about Thor's dad, Odin? Hot or not? Anthony Hopkins. I think white beard.
Well, yeah, Anthony Hopkins is an actor. Like, yeah, like hot as hell. But like as Odin fucking sucks. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm saying Odin is not hot.
What does the internet say? Not.
Not hot. Alrighty. How do you feel about Killmonger's dad, Ninjobu? So
what do you think, Kelsey?
Sterling K. Knight?
K. Brown. Sterling K. Brown.
What did I say?
You said Sterling K. Knight.
Who is that? I just made that person up. Well, Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling Knight is the kid from Sunny with a Chance. The blonde guy.
Wow. Okay.
This is Sterling Knight from the Disney Channel.
Couldn't be more different from who we're talking about.
Sterling K. Brown, though, when I hear his voice, it is the most like lullaby, like soothing, relaxing voice ever. I could watch him act forever. He is my favorite TV actor on This Is Us working right now. Not of all time, but like right now on TV. Yeah, I'm going it. Hot. Definitely.
He's hot. Oh, and the internet agrees with us. Perfect. How do you feel about Peter's dad, Ego?
Absolutely not.
He's Kelsey. Problematic for sure. Look at Kurt Russell. Look at him. He's such a suave dude. He's so handsome.
In like the 1970s.
No, I think he's hot.
You are in the minority, my friend.
Yeah, I think it's because everyone's like, no, Ego's the bad guy. But like, just if you just looked at him, no, he's a cool dude. He's
Mm.
cool. All right, how do you feel about T'Challa's dad, T'Chaka? He's hot.
See, they gave us the young picture. Old T'Chaka, no.
Not
But-
hot. Not hot.
I
Young
just feel like
T'Chaka.
this guy doesn't make an impression on me though. Like I never once like remember this guy from the movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say not. No.
I'm gonna say not too. You convinced me.
Oh,
We're in the minority.
all right.
How do you feel about Gamora's dad, Thanos?
This is so funny. I don't, Kelsey. I would like to hear your thoughts.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say not hot.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Thanos
Yeah,
is
okay. They
not
agree
hot.
with us overwhelmingly. Yeah.
Oh my God, Howard Stark, and
this is young Howard Stark. This is first Avenger
Yeah.
Howard Stark.
he's hot.
The porn stash doesn't do it for me.
No, he's hot.
No, nope.
I
No.
like him.
All right,
Oof.
you're in the majority.
Gotcha. See, I knew the internet would love him.
Mm.
How do you feel about Hope's dad, Hank Pym, Michael Douglas?
Absolutely not. I think I've always said I don't love Michael Douglas as an actor. I don't know what it is about him. I'm just nope.
Yeah, I don't think Hank Pym is hot. I think he's good looking, but is he hot? That's a specific category
Right.
of good looking, and I don't think Hank Pym is it. And the internet agrees with us. How do you feel about Peter's dad, Yondu? Wow, interesting that they gave us Ego and Yondu for Peter's fathers.
I'm inclined. I'm surprised you're not obviously yes with this because you are into that like hot bad boy thing that Yondu's got going. I'm gonna go not because I think he just talks a little too much. But
Sure. I mean, I think I like Yondu a lot, and I think he's cool, but I'm a teeth person. You have to have good teeth.
okay.
And he's got some chompers on him, that guy. So I'm gonna say not hot.
Okay.
Okay, and now we have an older Howard Stark. We have to
No.
No, not hot.
Nope.
Not hot. Young Howard Stark, hot. Oh, and now we have an animated Thanos from What If. Is he hot?
Absolutely.
No. What?
Absolutely, Kels. I mean, look at those
Wow.
muscles. Like imagine someone like it's the Hulk charm. It's that like
He's all brawn. but
Okay, here's the
sweet.
thing. It's not like a hot. It's more like a like. Oh, look at you, little Thanos. You know, it's like almost
a
like
cute?
yeah, yeah.
You think
Animated Thanos is a little cutie
animated
pie.
Thanos is cute. Oh, but this quiz is asking if they are hot.
I cannot say he's hot. No, not.
But the more I'm looking at this picture, though,
See, Kels. This is
I don't
hilarious.
know.
This is our
animated
last
Thanos
question.
hot?
You got to make this worth it. Like this is the last question. I'm saying no because he's more in the like what a cutie pie factor. But like, what are you going with, Kels?
Look,
Make the
that
decision.
bird.
Are you gonna end on a negative and say no?
All right, fine. He's hot. Is that what you want me to say? Wow, and I couldn't be more wrong. Only 16% of people say that he's hot.
That's the mind trick I just pulled on you.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I can live with myself after that.
Those are our BuzzFeed quizzes. How fun was that?
That was fun.
That's a blast.
We found out a lot about ourselves today. I found
Yeah.
out that I'm Kid Loki, that I'm
I'm
not
alligator
worthy.
Loki. Yeah, I
My
am.
type is my type is bad boys. Apparently, it is.
Yeah.
My favorite characters in the MCU are like Bucky and Loki. Like obviously, I'm into bad boys. I should have known this.
So, if you are a bad boy and you are watching this show,
Oh
look at
my
that
god!
the internet stuff right down there, and hit up Kelsey on social media. If you are a bad boy, you know where to
Dude,
find
what
us.
are you doing to me right now?
I'm advertising.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you for doing that for me.
Um,
Well, if you want, you could find me on Instagram. It's at Kelsey A. Kilpatrick. My TikTok is at Cause13. And my YouTube channel is Cause Productions.
yeah. And if you want to find me, my internet's cutting out, but you can find me at the Dill Pickle Movie Network if you're not watching on video. If you're listening on audio, thank you. Give us a review. And you can find me at Dylan_Randazzo, Twitter, Dylan Randazzo 417 at TikTok. Hawkeye's coming up. We're going to have the first 2 episodes reviewed for you, spoilered reviewed, because our podcast obviously comes out 5 days after the episodes air, so it wouldn't make any sense not spoiling it for you by then. So we're going to give you our spoiler reviews. So check out the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye and come join us next week as we talk about that. Anything else, Kels?
No, I'm excited for Hawkeye. I really am.
Yeah, so please take those BuzzFeed quizzes and let us know your results in the bottom, and let us know, is animated Thanos hot, not, or just a cutie pie?